Okay guys, so this is our last day at Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Hopefully after this time, everything will be all Appalachian Trail related. Yay! So we are at a place called Little White House. Franklin Delano Roosevelt Park was named after Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He came here because he thought the warm springs had healing powers for his polio. So I'm going to take you on a little tour. I don't think we'll go into the museum, but I'm going to walk around here a little bit and show you guys a little bit about the Little White House from Franklin Delano Roosevelt. We did a quick little movie that gave us the background on Franklin Delano and that he came to Warm Springs 41 times to see, it's in a museum now, 41 times for his treatment, and he did die here in Georgia. So we have this museum right here that we're going to walk through, and then I guess we get to visit the servants' quarters and the servants' houses and everything. Okay, so we spent some time in the museum, right, Snoopy?
Yes, we did. It was awesome.
What was your favorite part about the museum?
A little bit of everything, but the canes.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of canes that people had sent the president. Well, he was here at Warm Springs to help him with his polio. Well, so he can walk better with his polio. We learned about the car he made himself. He designed that car himself so he could drive it because, you know, his lower extremities were struck by polio. And we learned how the community rallied with him, and people from all over came for the Warm Springs to help treat their polio because it was 88 degrees and it was less painful for them to be able to move around with that water. So we are at the flags of the states, so we're going to take a look at the map, and I'm going to bring you guys through some of this. It might be a little fast, but this is the picture of the grounds. We are here. We already went through here, so we're going to walk around to these different places and I'll show you what I can. So this definitely has a presidential feel about it right here. So we're gonna walk through here, and it has state stones. So every state has a stone. Like example, Alaska.
It's a Tokian marble.
And the Alaska flag. So this may be fast forwarded a bit, but I want to share some of this with you guys. I think I'll go up one side and down the other. Okay, so we got up here to the servant's home. Isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful house for a servant's house. The clip before it showed the maid that had lived there. It's closed for the day, so it doesn't look like we'll be able to walk through it or anything. But we are going to go find the White House, the little White House, and show you guys that. Okay, so we just went through the, whoops, my face mask almost blew off, the flags. I'll give you a back shot of it here really quick. Let me see. I don't know if you can see. We went all the way up that hill. All 50 states are represented. I hope you guys get a chance to see your state. They're flying now that the wind's blowing, and I'm going down to see the little White House. So follow this path down here from the Maid's Corners to the little White House. And it has the guard shacks right here.
One's Marine and one's Secret Service.
So it has the Marine and the Secret Service. So that gate right here is a swivel gate to close off, to keep him secure while he was in his little White House. So this is what the little White House looks like. And get down here and get you guys a little bit better look at it. Wow. Tiny little bathroom with a window that looks out. It's a cute little bedroom. I wouldn't mind that for my bedroom. The windows look so low. There's another bedroom. So this was the home for the servants that lived here. Let me peek down here. They have to come up these stairs that we just came up. And they come around. Just a little circle fire, just a little living area. So there you go. So we're going to go back down, check out the next building, and I'll show you. Okay, so it says this one right here is the guest house. It says guest house on here. That right there, my friends, is the little White House. We'll be right down there soon. But this is the guest house. Looks like the little sitting room maybe, but could be like a day bed with a fireplace in there. And this it's a nice sized room that goes back there. I don't know if you guys can see it through the camera. There's like another room way over there that we are not privy to. But that's two beds. That room we're not privy to. But it's just amazing. The windows are so low. Like here's my feet, guys. There's the floor. So that was his guest house. So now we're going to go over here, walk down these steps. Do what?
48 star flag.
Oh, there's a 48 star flag.
That's what he flew.
Because when he was the president, we only had 48 states. So there you go, another new bit of information. But we're going to go right down here to the little White House. Come up to the house. I guess guests would enter there, but they're taking us through the wheelchair ramp here. And there's people here, so I don't know how much I'll be able to get for you guys. But look at the view. Hey, there's a little trail down there. But look at this view. refrigerator. Like I said, that there's people walking through. There's a lot of people in here, but we walked into, it looks like the kitchen. The kitchen essentials. The stove, pots and pans. Tiny little house, but back then they had smaller houses. Okay, so I'm gonna probably shut this off to these people.
That's why he designed it open.
Oh, and the beautiful fireplace.
Yes, and pictures are welcome, just please don't use the flash. Because everything in here is original, we're trying to preserve it. But that chair, that leather chair was his favorite chair, and that's where he liked to sit.
And that's where he did a lot of his fireplace
Yeah, he
chats.
didn't do any fireside chats from here. He did those from Washington DC and Hyde Park.
Okay.
But he did work, and he used that core table for his desk. You see a desk in his bedroom, but this is where he worked.
Oh wow, this is so beautiful.
This is when he was sitting for the portrait when he got the stroke.
It was right here by this fireplace.
In that chair, he just commented to the artist they had about 15 more minutes to work before lunch. Complained of a headache, rubbed his head, and just collapsed.
Oh.
Okay, so she gave us a little bit of tidbit. That room I just came out of was the room that he had actually passed in, or had his stroke in. This was his secretary's room.
Which led right out.
Yeah, which led out to the living room. This is a view that he had. Goes downstairs. There's a bottom part of the house that we're not privy to. That's okay, but what we are privy to is absolutely gorgeous. It is so pretty out here. Marine Corps security post. I'm gonna walk over and check out. Before I walked in, I wanted to show you all this little path that goes around. It goes all the way up. You can see where the guest quarters were. They have little guard posts all over because he was the president. But off of this huge, beautiful balcony here, we go into his bedroom. Okay, so this was FDR's bedroom, but like we were told, he did most of his work in the living room, is where he did most of his work. Had a nice view from his bedroom here. His pictures, all this stuff is original, preserved stuff. Original, from FDR. You'd walk through here, and there's his bath. His bathroom with a nice view when he's in the tub. And then we go into another room. So this is Eleanor's bedroom. So she was right close to him, just the bathroom between them. It's 2 beds. Hey, hiya.
And it was built at the brace shop at the foundation.
So-
He designed it to get from like point A to point B.
And that was the wheelchair
Just the
used
lounge
at the
chair.
house, just at the
It
house?
wasn't just at the house. The one in the museum he used at the pools. It didn't have the arms or the fenders or anything on it. They put those on later when it was used as a foundation. He didn't have the arms so he could slide in and out.
We are back in another part. It's the last part. April 12th, 1945. That was the day that he had passed. You get to see if I can get the top part in here for you guys for a bit. The bottom part. Me. You guys might want to slow this down. It's really hard to read. You can't read it, Mike. So slow this down if you want to read this. This is his undelivered speech. Okay, so when FDR had his stroke, let me try to get the glare off this a little bit. He was sitting in that chair you saw in the house, and he was having his portrait made. Unfortunately, his portrait could not be finished at that time because he had suffered that bad stroke, sitting in that chair, posing for his picture. The artist, however, she has donated the unfinished portrait to the museum.
Notice the red ties.
He's wearing a red tie in here. She then painted another one right here. She painted another one right here. And you notice it has a blue tie.
Because he is dimmer.
Yeah, so, but she repainted one and gave it to the museum here. And then donated the other one, the unfinished one. So those are the last hand-painted portrait of FDR before his passing. Again, this is our star, our flag with 48 stars, because when FDR was president, we only had 48 stars, or 48 states in our country. And this is the flag that was hanging over the little White House on the day of his passing. So it looks like that we are going to be exiting. So I'll give you a little wrap up in just a minute. Okay, so this is going to wrap up this one. We're going to be leaving Franklin Delano Roosevelt by the State Park. By the time you see this, we're going to be up by Vogel State Park. Woohoo! It is right by Mountain Crossing. Can you believe that? So I'm going to be able to jump over to Mountain Crossing and check that out. So I'm going to be registering, doing some of the trails there, the falls there next week. So make sure you stay tuned for that. This was just a little bit of a wrap up of what we were doing before I hit the trail, and I hope that you guys enjoyed a little bit of history. Now remember, if you want to watch me on the Appalachian Trail, hit that subscribe button right down there so that I know who's watching me. I mean, you can watch me all day long and I don't know who's watching me. And make sure you leave a comment. Right now I have plenty of time for comments. It looks like it'll be another week and a half before Dee and I really hit the hard trail, but we'll have the falls and the approach trail out of the way, registration out of the way, and we'll be ready to hit the road. So I want to make sure you guys all know I love you, I appreciate you, and if I ever get to 500 subscribers, I picked myself up a cool gift that I want to send to one lucky subscriber. So thanks, guys. Thanks for following along.